Kink can be a consensual and healthy way for couples to explore their sexuality and deepen their intimacy. Engaging in kink activities can help couples build trust, communicate better, and explore new aspects of their sexuality that they may not have felt comfortable discussing before. Kink can also be therapeutic for some individuals or couples who have experienced trauma or abuse in their past. By engaging in consensual and safe kink activities, they may be able to reclaim their sense of agency and control over their bodies and sexuality. Additionally, engaging in kink can help couples break out of sexual ruts or boredom by introducing novelty and excitement into their sex lives. Kink activities can be a fun and playful way to explore different fantasies and desires. However, it's important to note that engaging in kink requires clear communication, consent, and a commitment to safety. Couples who are interested in exploring kink should do so in a responsible and informed manner and seek out resources and education to ensure that they are engaging in activities that are safe and consensual for both partners. What are some common themes in kink? Kink is a broad term that encompasses a wide range of sexual practices and preferences that are widely considered to fall outside of mainstream sexual norms, although it's becoming more and more normal. Here are some different aspects of kink that people may explore: BDSM, bondage, discipline, dominance, submission, sadism, and masochism. BDSM is a type of kink that involves power dynamics, physical restraint, and a wide range of physical and psychological sensations. Fetishism. Fetishism involves sexual attraction to specific objects or body parts, such as feet, latex, or leather. Role-playing. Role-playing involves creating scenarios or characters that are outside of the everyday experience, such as doctor and patient, teacher and student, or master and slave. Exhibitionism and voyeurism. Exhibitionism involves exposing oneself sexually in front of others, while voyeurism involves watching others engage in sexual activity. Sensory play. Sensory play involves using different sensations, such as touch, sound, or temperature, to enhance sexual pleasure. Body modification. Body modification involves altering the body for sexual or aesthetic purposes, such as piercings, tattoos, or body hair removal. These are just a few examples of the different aspects of kink that people may explore. It's important to note that kink is a highly individualized and personal experience, and what may be considered kink for one person may not be for another. Kink tips for beginners. If you are a beginner interested in exploring kink play, here are some recommendations to keep in mind. Communicate clearly with your partner. Before engaging in any kink activities, it's essential to have an open and honest conversation with your partner about your interests, limits, and boundaries. Make sure to discuss what you are comfortable with and what you would like to try, as well as what is off limits. Start slowly and gradually. It's important to start with less intense kink activities and gradually work your way up to more advanced practices. This will help you build trust with your partner and allow you to explore your interests at a pace that feels comfortable and safe. Educate yourself. Before engaging in kink play, it's important to educate yourself about the risks and safety protocols involved. You can read books, attend workshops, or seek out information online to learn about best practices and potential risks. Use safe words and signals. Safe words and signals are essential when engaging in kink play. Make sure to agree on a safe word or signal that you can use to communicate if something becomes too intense or uncomfortable. Prioritize safety. When engaging in kink play, it's essential to prioritize safety at all times. Make sure to use appropriate safety equipment and take precautions to avoid injury or harm. Be respectful. Kink play is a consensual activity that requires mutual respect and trust. Make sure to respect your partner's limits and boundaries and avoid pressuring them to do anything they are not comfortable with. Learn more about Conscious Kink, a class for beginners. And what is implied consent? What is explicit consent? Remember, kink play should be a consensual and enjoyable experience for all parties involved. By communicating clearly, starting slowly, and prioritizing safety, you can explore your kink interests in a safe and fulfilling way. Implied consent is a term that is sometimes used in the kink world to describe the idea that consent can be nonverbal or communicated through body language or other cues. Implied consent is often contrasted with explicit consent, which is when consent is clearly and verbally communicated. However, it's important to note that relying solely on implied consent can be risky and potentially dangerous, as it can be difficult to accurately interpret nonverbal cues and body language. Additionally, different people may have different levels of comfort with nonverbal communication and may prefer to rely on explicit communication of consent. In the kink community, it's generally recommended that explicit communication of consent is the safest and most reliable way to ensure that all parties involved are comfortable with the activities taking place. This may involve discussing limits and boundaries beforehand, using safe words or signals to communicate during the activity, and regularly checking in with each other to ensure that everyone is still comfortable and consenting to the activity. When shouldn't we engage in kink? While kink play can be a consensual and enjoyable experience for many people, there are some situations in which it may not be appropriate or safe to engage in kink play. Here are some examples of situations where a person should not engage in kink play. When under the influence of drugs or alcohol, engaging in kink play while under the influence of drugs or alcohol can impair judgment and increase the risk of harm or injury. When feeling emotionally or physically unwell, kink play requires physical and emotional energy and can be physically demanding. If a person is feeling unwell or exhausted, it may not be safe or enjoyable to engage in kink play. When experiencing significant stress or emotional distress, engaging in kink play can be a way to explore and process emotions, but it's important to be mindful of the impact of significant stress or emotional distress on a person's ability to engage safely and enjoyably. When not fully informed or prepared, engaging in kink play requires a basic understanding of safety and risk management. It's important to be informed about best practices, potential risks, and how to stay safe when engaging in kink play. When not fully consenting, consent is a central aspect of kink play, and it's essential that all parties involved fully consent to the activities taking place. If a person feels pressured, coerced, or uncomfortable with the activities, they should not engage in kink play. What are some common themes played out in kink that people may consider as parts of systems of oppression in everyday life? Ultimately, the decision to engage in kink play should be made based on personal preference and comfort level. If a person is unsure or uncomfortable with kink play, they should not feel pressured to engage in it. While kink play is a consensual and often enjoyable experience for many people, it's important to recognize that certain themes or dynamics that are commonly played out in kink can be reflective of larger systems of oppression in everyday life. Here are some examples of common kink themes that can be reflective of systems of oppression. Power dynamics. Many kink activities involve power dynamics, with one partner taking on a dominant role and the other partner taking on a submissive role. These power dynamics can be reflective of larger societal power imbalances, such as those based on gender, race, or class. Objectification. Some kink activities involve objectification, with one partner treating the other as an object or a tool for their pleasure. Objectification can be reflective of the ways in which people are often reduced to their physical appearance or treated as objects in everyday life. Pain. Many kink activities involve pain, such as spanking or bondage. While pain can be a consensual and enjoyable aspect of kink play, it's important to recognize that pain is often used as a tool of oppression in society, such as in the use of torture or physical punishment. Taboo or forbidden acts. Some kink activities involve acts that are considered taboo or forbidden in everyday life. While exploring these taboo acts in a consensual and safe way can be a form of liberation, it's important to recognize that some of these taboos may be rooted in oppressive societal norms. It's important to note that engaging in kink play does not necessarily perpetuate or reinforce systems of oppression. However, it's important to approach kink play with a critical awareness of how larger societal systems may be reflected in the dynamics and to think outside of the box. What are good kinky toys for beginners? When it comes to kinky toys, it's important for beginners to start with simple and safe options. Here are some good kinky toys for beginners. Blindfolds. Blindfolds can be a simple and effective way to add sensory deprivation to kink play. A simple scarf or sleep mask can be used as a makeshift blindfold. Handcuffs or restraints. Basic handcuffs or restraints can be a good way to explore bondage play in a safe and controlled way. It's important to ensure that the restraints are not too tight and can be easily removed in case of an emergency. Floggers or paddles. Floggers and paddles are popular impact toys that can add a bit of pain and sensation to kink play. It's important to start with a lighter weight and softer material, such as a suede flogger or a padded paddle. Nipple clamps. Nipple clamps can add a bit of sensation to nipple play. Beginners should start with adjustable nipple clamps that allow them to control the pressure and intensity of the sensation. Vibrators. Vibrators can be a fun addition to kink play, whether used for solo or partnered play. There are many different types of vibrators available, including bullet vibrators, wand vibrators, and rabbit vibrators. And remember, it's important to approach kink play with a focus on safety and communication. Before introducing any new toys or activities, be sure to discuss boundaries, limits, and safe words with your partner. And always start with simple and safe options before exploring more advanced kink toys or activities. What are the benefits of learning about kink under a professional dominatrix? Learning about kink under the guidance of a professional dominatrix can offer a range of benefits. Here are a few potential advantages. Expertise. Pro dominatrices are professional kink practitioners who have extensive experience in the field. They are often highly skilled in a variety of kink activities and can offer expert guidance on techniques, safety, and risk management. Safety. Safety is a key aspect of kink play, and pro dominatrices are trained to prioritize safety in all of their sessions. They can offer guidance on safe practices, risk management, and emergency procedures. Communication. Effective communication is essential in kink play, and pro dominatrices are skilled at facilitating clear communication between partners. They can offer guidance on how to communicate boundaries, preferences, and consent effectively, and can help establish a safe and consensual environment for kink play. Empowerment. Engaging in kink play can be a powerful way to explore and express one's desires and fantasies. Pro dominatrices can offer a non-judgmental and empowering environment for people to explore their kinks and develop a greater sense of self-awareness and acceptance. Education. Pro dominatrices can provide education and resources on kink and BDSM, including terminology, best practices, and the principles of risk-aware consensual kink, RAC. It's important to note that while learning under a pro dominatrix can be beneficial for some, it's not the only way to explore kink safely and consensually. There are many other resources available for learning about kink, including online communities, workshops, and books. Ultimately, it's important to approach kink with a focus on safety, communication, and consent, and to find the resources and mentors that work best for your individual needs and preferences.